55th World Social Communications Day. Since 1967, the Church celebrates every year World Social Communications Day. It then became a tradition that the Holy Father addresses the faithful with a particular message. The theme of this 55th World Social Communications Day is Come and See, communicating by encountering people where and as they are. Pope Francis tells that the foundation of all authentic human communication is all about encountering people as Jesus did. We must always put the human being at the center of every communication. In his encyclical letter, Fratelli Tutti, paragraph 1, the Holy Father talks about a love that transcends the barriers of geography and distance, and the essence of a fraternal openness that allows us to acknowledge, appreciate, and love each person, regardless of physical proximity, regardless of where he or she was born or lives. Paragraph 191 highlights that at the time when various forms of fundamentalist intolerance are damaging relationships between individuals, groups, and people, let us be committed to living and teaching the value of respect for others, a love capable of welcoming differences, and the priority of dignity of every human being over his or her ideas, opinions, practices, and even sins. This is a call to have a strong appetite for the truth, especially in this era of the internet. Our attitude as Catholic communicators must not be of easy liking, sharing, and endorsing any story that reaches us. Ours is to be active participants in social communications who go the extra miles to experience the truth. The complacence of lazy participants make us victims of gossips and editorialized news. The Holy Father refers to hitting the street as an approach every communicator must employ to meeting the people face to face to research stories or to verify certain situations firsthand. Philip employed the expression come and see as an answer when Nathanael asked, "Can anything good come from Nazareth?" He said this after Philip had told him they had found the Messiah, Jesus of Nazareth. The conduct of Philip is inspirational. Many people found themselves arguing on social media. We must rather adopt Philip's attitude to invite people to come and see for themselves where we source our faith. The dialogue between Philip and Nathanael expands to our daily lives. What do we do when asked, "Can anything good come from you, your company, your family, your community, your country?" As Pope Francis said, Philip does not try to win Nathanael over with good reasons, but simply tells him, "Come and see." This is the simplest method to get to know a situation. It is the most honest test of every message, because to know, we need to encounter, to let the person in front of us speak, to let his or her testimony reach us. Successful communication must create an inviting result, a desire to see, a temptation to visit. This is a call for transparency and integrity, that the story we tell is a true reflection of what we have in our hearts and our places, so that the invited people may have a good experience of witnesses. Social communication is not successful because of the instruments used at a time. It is about the attitude we display outside and inside as we engage in social interactions. Pope Francis says that every tool has its value, and that great communicator was Paul of Tarsus would certainly have made use of email and social messaging. Yet, it was his faith, hope, and charity that impressed those of his contemporaries who heard him preach or had spent time with him during an assembly or in individual conversation. Through his actions, wherever he was, they saw for themselves how true and fruitful was the message he preached. The Holy Father concludes his message with a prayer. Lord, teach us to move beyond ourselves and to set out in search of truth. Teach us to go out and see. Teach us to listen, not to entertain prejudices or draw hasty conclusions. Teach us to go where no one else will go, to take the time needed to understand, to pay attention to the essentials, not to be distracted by the superfluous, to distinguish deceptive appearances from the truth. Grant us the grace to recognize your dwelling places in our world and the honesty needed to tell others what we have seen. Amen.